Testament is out and has arrived with some pretty awesome combos, but I thought I would make a combo guide explaining how to do the combos, what sort of combos to do in certain situations, because I will admit, the way the Testament does combos is a little irregular, mainly due to the fact that basically none of their buttons link together, like even the command normals. The only thing that really links is like slash, far slash, and that can make it kind of tricky, so that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So firstly, we're just going to talk about when you get like a little meterless hit, what you'd like to go into. So typically, you know, if you have some running momentum, you can basically go like any button into a 6p, into your Grave Reaper, and that just pushes the opponent far away, puts a Succubus there so you can get the Stain State, and that's pretty good. Off of things like your 5p, that only works with your running momentum. But on your other buttons, you can just do it whenever you like. However, on your other buttons, like your 5k and your Close Slash and your 2k, I recommend just going into Dust Sweep, because it's a lot more consistent to hit, like even from further distances. And you don't need the running momentum, so it's just a lot easier way of going into your Grave Reaper. So off of your Close Slash and your 5k into Sweep, you can actually go into your Upwards Grave Reaper and get a meterless combo going that way, where you dash up, do another 5k into your 6h, and it should look like this. And then end in your Arbiter Sign if you'd like, and that's pretty good meterless damage that you can get off of any of your close buttons into a sweep. Pretty juicy stuff. So now obviously where things get interesting is if Testament has already done one of these combos already, set up the Fairy and has set up the Crow, which puts the opponent in Stain State. Now Stain State obviously allows for way more combo ability and pressure ability, but we're just going to talk about combos in this video. So when the opponent is in Stain State, literally any button that you press will launch the opponent into the air and you can get an easy combo afterwards, which leads to good mix-ups because you can get full combos off of your low for free, and obviously it just allows for a lot more combo ability. So in Stain State, if you get a Close Slash, for example, you have numerous follow-ups that you wouldn't be able to do normally. For example, you can just go into Dust and then get a combo going like this, which is not something you'd normally be able to do. Or you can even go for a held Upwards Grave Reaper, which you can fully charge, and it gives a massive pop-up, and a simple combo you can do off of it is something like this. And you can also go into a fully charged Grave Reaper. You can also go into a fully charged Upwards Grave Reaper, which gives you a massive pop-up, and you can go for some real schmancy combos if you want, or keep it simple. And so obviously all of this applies to any button you press, whether it's your 2k or your anti-air with the 6p. You can just run up, get some buttons, maybe Close Slash into 6h into Arbiter Sign, leads to some big damage, or maybe you'll go for something that gives you a more of a setup, like this, sets up the little Fairy, the Succubus, so you can go for the Curse again. And yeah, so really the world's your oyster when the opponent's in Curse state, and allows for, like, these combos are obviously the slightly more unique things that you can do, but even if you just want to keep it simple, like you can just dash up, like do some buttons, just keep it super simple. You don't need to lab anything at all, honestly. Another interesting combo you can get when you're in Stain State, thanks to the opponent being launched into the air, is if you get, a Close Slash or anything, even like, a 2k, run up, do another Close Slash, and then you can just, if you're close enough to the corner, you can get all three jumping buttons into your Grave Reaper, and that is just an excellent high damaging aerial combo sequence that will just do a lot of damage, is super easy, and doesn't cost you any meter. So if you see you get a hit, you can just run up, do a Close Slash, and this is off of anything. If you get like any normal, because it's going to pop the opponent up into the air, so you're going to have time to run in, do a Close Slash, and that's going to break the wall and do some decent damage, especially depending on what normally you start with. And when the opponent is Stain State, you can actually really easily Hitconfirm any of your buttons into your Succubus Super, which obviously you can then combo off of super easily. Thanks to the fact that they just explode, so you can do any button and then see, like, oh, the button hit, okay, I can go into a super. By the time you've hit and confirmed a single button, the explosion will go off and you'll be able to easily combo into your Succubus super, and it'll just work like a charm. And even if the opponent blocks you and you accidentally mess it up and like fail to hit confirm it, you know, maybe it's a bit laggy or something and you're just hoping it, doing a button in Insane State into the ultimate is actually a true block string and the opponent can't get out of it. So you just get to go in for some nice pressure, maybe go in for a low or an overhead or like, you know, either of your Arbiter signs, and because the opponent's put in Insane State, you can be very safe, if not plus, depending on what you're doing. So yeah, you don't even really need to hit confirm if you don't want to. I know people love not hit confirming. So you can just do, if the opponent's in Insane State, do a button into your super, and it's either going to be a true block string or a lovely combo. And now to talk about when you're ending combos with Testament, there are a few options that you can go for. So the obvious option is just, a lot of the time your most damaging ender is going to be with Arbiter Sign, because it does a hell of a lot of damage for a single special move. So a lot of the time if you're ending combos, you might just want to do this and take your big chunk of damage, and if the opponent gets stuck to the wall, you'll probably want to break the wall with Arbiter Sign, but Arbiter Sign doesn't provide you with much advantage if you just end a combo with it. The opponent just bounces back, they take a good chunk of damage, but that's about it. Now, if you want to do some more advantageous ways of ending your combo, the two options are obviously using your Grave Reaper or your Crow. Now, different options using those could be something like this, ending in Close Slash into 2H into your Crow, or same thing, into your Grave Reaper. Grave Reaper sets up the fairy and does a little bit more damage, and after the Succubus goes out, you can launch the Crow at the opponent. Whereas using the Crow in the combo just guarantees that the curse is on the opponent at the end of the combo, and that's also something you want to keep in mind if you actually splat your opponent against the wall. Like if you just do some random combo and they get stuck against the wall, you often want to end the combo with a Crow, because the Crow will just allow you to put the opponent in curse state when they go through the wall. Obviously that isn't a combo I recommend, but I'm just showing you it puts them in curse state. So yeah, make sure you're ending your combos in Grave Reaper and Crow most of the time, honestly. Yeah, there are even some cool extensions you can do by using the Crow near the end of your combo, such as something like this. So as you can see, that combo did a really nice chunk of damage, it was off of a mix-up, and it even left the opponent in curse state because I broke the wall with a Crow. So make sure you're using your Crow at the end of combos, and also make sure you're thinking about if you can use it in a combo, because it allows for some extra saucy looking extensions. Now, if we're starting to talk counter hits, off of a Close Slash counter hit, Testament can actually link together a bunch of buttons into hit 2H, because that's not something you're usually able to do with Testament. Obviously, you can go into your Charged Dust as well, just like if you had the opponent in curse state. And you can actually combo your Close Slash into your 6H, which as you can see leads to some pretty beefy damage. And because you can link your Close Slash into your 2H, you can actually get a semi-charged upwards Grave Reaper, which actually leads to quite a large pop-up, and you can get a pretty juicy combo from it. Which does big chunky damage, and as you can see I can break the wall with the Crow to get my curse back. But I can choose to break the wall with the super, and as you can see, gargantuous damage. And off of your big counter hits you can go for the massive charged upwards Grave Reaper, but what actually I find more useful is using the massive counter hit and the extra hit stun to go into my Crow, and I can actually combo off of the Crow very easily. And very meterlessly. Now, when we get into spending meter in our combos, that's where things get even more interesting, because now we have counter hits, we have Stain State, And we have a really interesting way of extending combos, which is the... what is this called again? Nostrovia? Nostrovia. This awesome super that Testament can combo off of, and not only can they just combo off of it, it puts the opponent in stay state, so they can really combo off of it. Now, unfortunately, it is quite slow, so you can't combo into it from any of your normals, really, except for your 6H and your 2H. So often when you're doing combos, you want to put yourself in a situation where you can go into this super because it's just really powerful. So, for example, if the opponent is in stay state, and I manage to hit them with something, I might choose to go for something like this. I side switch so that I don't get too close to the corner because it will break the wall. And I mess up the combo, but as you can see, it's already a lot of damage. So instead of using an RC in my combo, I was able to throw the super and just use a super as a really cool way of extending my combo. And that's something you can do quite a lot. And as long as you have a situation where you have enough space, like for example, if I just tried to do it here, like off of something, and just tried to go like this, the super would break the wall. So you got to make sure you are either far away enough from the wall, or you're able to side switch. And like, even if you break the wall, like, you're totally fine. You're at a great advantage. If you break the wall, the opponent's in stay state, you've got positive bonus, they're in a hard knockdown, like, it's honestly not that bad. But if you want to get a little bit extra damage, you got to make sure you're far away enough from the wall, or that you're able to cross under the opponent so that you can make yourself far enough away from the other wall. Oops. And get some crazy whopping damage. Now, the same applies if you are doing a combo with an RC and you decide you want to do something and you want to like cross through. You can do something like this. If you want to use a little bit extra meter, you can cross under, do some buttons, into the super, and then combo off of it epically. So with those combo path options in mind, you should be able to figure out what kind of combo you want to do depending on what you're wanting in certain situations. Like if I want damage, I could just keep my combo super simple, do a close slash into 6H into Arbiter Sign, and that does a nice chunk of damage. If I have like hit a kick button, I know I can go into a sweep into my upwards Grave Reaper and dash in and get a little bit of combo off of that if I want to go for some damage. Or I can just go for this Grave Reaper to have the Succubus on the ground so I can use my Crow to put the opponent in stay state. And I know if I have the opponent in stay state, and I have, like from putting the Crow on them, any button I do, even if it's a crouching kick, can lead to combos like this. Or combos like this. And if I am in a situation where I have a Hitconfirm where I know I can go into some flashy combos, I can. So for example, I can go into my Arbiter Sign and RC that to get a conversion off of it, and use my Crow as a really cool extender in the combo. And depending on when I get a counter hit or a stay state combo, I can get some extra fancy extensions, thanks to the extra hit stun. And whenever I'm in a situation where I'm able to go for my 6H or my 2H, I know I can cancel that into my ultimate, and then from the ultimate I'm allowed to chase up the opponent and get an easy super extension off of it. And I can always hit confirm single buttons into a super if the opponent's ever in stain state, because if I see the button hit, I know I can go into super because the explosion will launch them into the air, so it leads to super easy conversions that lead into your amazing super, which leads to amazing combos. So yeah, that is Testament. They're a very unique character, having very unique ways of extending combos, whether it's by putting the opponent in stain state, or having a super that acts like an RC that gives you combos and put the opponent in stain state, using your Grave Reaper to launch the opponent in the air. Testament has some really unique combo paths despite not having buttons that really link together in most situations, which would seem like would be really cripple a character, but they do fine, honestly. Anyways, I hope this combo guide helped you solidify your ideas of how to do combos with Testament, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the future. Bye bye.